Hi everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing the Qiyi Ms 4x4, so let's get right into the video. Okay, so I'm going to be determining if this cube, the Qiyi Ms 4x4, is my main. So I unboxed this cube around 2 weeks ago on a video, which I will link up here. And I also unboxed the MGC 2x2. And I already did the MGC 2x2 comparison to see if it was my main. And it ended up not being it, but I want to figure out if the Qiyi Ms 4x4 is my main. So I'm going to be revealing if it is my main at the end of the video, and I also will be comparing it to the MGC, which is my current main right now. So I know in the cube collection, I kind of hinted that this might be my main. So this cube, the Qiyi Ms 4x4, is $12, and it's actually pretty good. I really like how smooth it is. The inner layers are really nice, but there's a couple issues. So the magnet strength on here is very light, the outside. The inside is pretty good, but it is a very smooth cube. Now I found that the MGC, which I happen to have right here, is not very smooth. It's very bumpy, and it's a bit fast for my liking. And the magnets are stronger, which you would think would help, but I guess not. Maybe that's why it's more bumpy. And it's also way too fast, but I feel like with this one, you could kind of like the corner cutting's not amazing, but I don't feel like it's as fast even though the magnet strength is weaker, which is really nice because, I don't know, I don't really like such a fast 4x4, and this is really fast, as you can probably tell or not. Then you look at the shades, and honestly, the green I don't like, but the other shades I don't really mind on either of these. I guess I like the MGC ones a little better, but they're pretty similar. But the MS is so smooth, and that, in my opinion, is the selling point of this cube. Now, one thing to note is that it's very bad out of the box and needs a fair amount of setup to get where it is right now. I took the whole thing apart and lubed it and tensioned it, and it is very smooth right now, but if you watch my unboxing video, you'll see that it locks up way more than it does right now, and it's not very smooth. It has like no lube, so this does need a lot of setup, but after setup, this feels really nice, and it's such a good speed for me, and I feel like this is a really good budget 4x4. Now, even though the corner cutting, as you can see here, is a bit lacking, I feel like this is still a very good budget 4x4 because I just really like the feeling of it. Now, this is again just my personal opinion. I know there are people who main this cube and people who really don't like it, but I've heard this feels like the Wuchuei, and I've heard that the Wuchuei is very good, so maybe that's true. I don't think this corner cut's that great. If you look at the MGC, definitely corner cut's better, not amazing, but the reverse is definitely better, and of course the size is better, but this just feels really smooth to me, and I feel like I get better times on it. I just really like the feeling a lot better than the MGC. The MGC is just way too fast, and I also really like the kind of lubey feel, and this one seems to keep it, but the MGC does not have any lubey feel. It doesn't actually sound dry, but to me it feels very dry and not lubed, even though it is lubed. I don't know if it's like the shape of the pieces, as you can see. The MS it doesn't have primary plastic, but primary internals, if you can see too well. And the MGC just has white internals. I don't know if that makes a difference. I found that I personally prefer primary. None of the MGC ones actually have primary just because they're cheaper, and I believe primary is more of like an expensive. I don't know though, and I kind of seem to prefer primary. But yeah, the MS is actually very good, and so I'm just gonna tell you if it's my main or not. It's probably pretty obvious at this point, but the MS is my main, and yes, this is such a good cube that I just had to main it over the MGC, even though it is a lot cheaper, because I also just seem to get really good solves on it. It just feels really nice to me, and yeah, I'm really happy that I got this. I didn't necessarily expect it to be my main out of the box because, as I said, it was like kind of terrible, and the MGC was not good either, but after setup, I just found that the MS is better. So the MGC may have more potential. I'm not like the best at lubing or anything, but the way that I lube it and the kind of puzzles that I like, the MGC is just not for me. Now, it is my backup main because I only have 2 magnetic 4x4s. I am planning to get the magnetic Meilong because the regular Meilong could even be my backup. It's just so nice. The size is great, and it's really, really fast. I just love this cube. It's definitely the best budget 4x4 that I have, but I just feel like the MS is just so good that I'm gonna have to main it. And I still do recommend the MGC because so many other people really like it and main it over like the Aosu GTS2 and WRM. But for me, just the MGC. I know Tingman really loves this cube, but it's just so fast and it just does not have just like a smooth feeling, so I just really do like the MS better. Now, would I recommend either of these? Honestly, I think I would recommend the MGC more because I feel like the MS is more of a particular feeling that I personally like, and the MGC just is better in like shades and size in my opinion, but the MS, it does have a better feeling than the MGC. So I will be linking both of these in the description because I think both of these are great 4x4s. Just for my personal set of qualities, I do like the MS 4x4 better than the MGC. I know I don't get bad times on the MGC, but I just feel like it's not that good, and I don't like turning it very much, so if it's not any fun, then I'm not going to improve as well as I would on the MS. So yeah, that's pretty much why the MS is my main. It's pretty simple. So I hope this gave you kind of a detailed explanation on which one you probably should buy, and both of these are great cubes. They're just, again, the MS is the one for me. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to comment any video ideas and see everybody later. Bye.